Hey guys, welcome to Mobile Tech Matters, where we talk about mobile tech that matters to you. I'm Richie Rich, and the word of the day is protection. Now, that can mean a lot of things, but we all know that when you get a device, one of the first things on your mind is protecting it. And today, we're going to do just that for the Huawei Media Pad M3. I've got a case from IVSO and a glass screen protector. We're going to check it out together and see what it's like.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
All right, guys, so here it is. Let's check out the IVSO case. So it's like a wallet case. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's got a magnet here. So there's a metal and there's a magnet on the inside, so it closes really nice. Let's pop that on first before we do the screen protector. So normally I'll put whatever side has the buttons on first and snap it into place. Now, let's see. That does stick out a little bit, but I'm not going to say that's got enough of a lip on it to give it any type of protection if you drop it like that. If you drop it like that while it's open for some reason, it's probably going to scratch or crack your screen. There's really nothing there to protect it, but that's why this flips shut like this. So it does stay on there really nice. It's not hard to take it off the cover. Those magnets are strong, but they're not too strong. And you've got the IVSO branding right there. You flip it open. You could fold it this way to use, and you can also bend this like this. So when you open it, you just flip it. Bend it down like that, and it will sit like this for you at this angle. You can also, I believe, bring it out a little bit more, or not. Maybe that's just about it. So you kind of can. If you want a little bit more of an angle, you could just kind of finagle it and bend it down a little bit like that, or at this angle. So again, I'm standing up pretty high, so it doesn't look like it's much. It looks like it's almost too steep. But if you're seated or this camera was lower, you would have it positioned at a really good angle, good viewing angle. So really nice. The back, it's like a soft, fake leatherish material. You've got your cutout for your camera, and it really does feel good. My only concern is that it's white, is that it's going to get dirty and look pretty dingy relatively fast. But it's going to do the trick. It's got a stand in there, which I like for myself, my wife, my kids, whoever, to prop it up and be able to watch a movie on there. It's just a little bit easier and more convenient on a table. And it is really protective. So now that that's on there, I'm going to try and apply the screen protector. So a couple things. First, whenever I apply a screen protector, I always turn off the device because you do a better job seeing the screen without it on. If that makes sense. If a device is powered off, you can see if there's any smudges or any dust or anything like that a lot better. And I also usually put the case on first before putting on a screen protector as well. So there's some cases for phones, tablets, whatever the case may be, that actually go into the device a little bit, into the perimeter, and a screen protector may not fit right. Or if you put it on first, then you put the case over it, it'll just be off a hair that will interfere in the case. So we'll put the case on first. So now I'm going to open up this box with the screen protector, okay? And it's got a couple things to clean it with, and this is the actual screen protector. So let's take it out of here. It is glass. It's got a cutout on the bottom for the fingerprint scanner there, and the top for the actual front-facing camera. But first things first, we are going to have to clean this screen, and that's what's here. It's provided. We've got a number one. It's a wet wipe to clean off all the grease and everything from it, and number two would dry it. Then you also have this dust absorber. So basically, it's just like sticky tape that you would try to remove any dust that you see there. And then you have alignment stickers that are guide stickers. I normally don't use the guide stickers. I eyeball it as best I can. I've used guide stickers in the past, and it just doesn't work out. But the principle for that is you would lay this on exactly where you wanted it. You would put a couple guide stickers. You'd make like it'd be like a book, so a hinge. So you would put maybe 1, 2, 3 of these longer stickers here, let it overlap, and then you would simply move it up. Actually, it would be like this. You would flip it up. You would tear off this protective film on the glass, and then just slide it into place. But for me, sometimes it just doesn't work. So I'm going to prepare this by cleaning it. So we're going to take the wet wipe. Okay, so we're going to take the wet wipe, open that up, and we are going to clean that really well. I'm not going to press too hard. We definitely want to get rid of all the greases because I've already touched it with my hands. And even if you don't have greasy fingers per se, all fingers have grease. And when you put anything on top of glass that has grease, you're going to notice it in one way, shape, or form, or it's not going to stick well. So you really want to do a good job, especially if it's an older device that you've handled, to really clean it off with this wet wipe in every direction and really get all the surface clean. If it's really dirty, you might want to do this a couple times. Maybe use a little bit of diluted rubbing alcohol with a nice clean soft cloth first if it was really dirty, and then use something like this for your final cleaning. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Then you have your wipe, which is just going to dry it. I'm just going to go through this really nice and dry it. If you're really picky about this, I have done this before. You know, every room has dust, so it's floating around in the air. There's always a good chance you're going to get some dust stuck in between your screen protector and the actual device. So, I mean, it's a good idea to clean all the surfaces, vacuum, all that before applying this, which I've actually already done. I've already cleaned these surfaces here, and I did clean this room and vacuum already. But if you're really picky, you can go in a bathroom and run the shower hot where it's steamy. Now, it basically fills the room full of that hot air, and all the dust and everything sticks to it, and everything is settled. This way, there's really not a lot of dust flying around the room. I'm not going to get that overly concerned about it. I did take some pretty decent steps here by vacuuming, dusting, and cleaning these surfaces. I'm going to take a quick look to see if there's any dust that I can see on this end. And you know, I know it would be nice to have this on camera, but to be honest, with the camera in front of me, popping this into place is going to be a little bit difficult. So I'm going to have to do it off camera. So I did just put it in place, and look at that. See how right off the bat, all those air bubbles start to come out. You just kind of put a little bit of pressure on it, and everything comes out. Now, if you have a little bit in there, don't worry about it. You can try to squeeze it out with your finger. And believe it or not, 99.9% of the time, if you just let it sit for a day, you wake up and all the air bubbles will be gone. You can also use a credit card and just kind of go on top of it like I'm, just kind of try to squeeze everything out. So guys, I'm a little OCD. I did put this on, and I noticed that it was a little bit crooked on top, and because I've done this before, I actually tried, and I don't really recommend this, peeling it off a little bit slowly at a corner, very evenly, and I took it off, and I repositioned it and put it back on. Now, when doing that, like I said, usually just leave it alone, see what it looks like the next day, because 9 out of 10 times you'll be able to live with it. It's never going to be perfect, but it's going to feel like real glass, because it is. And you're going to be okay with it. So when I put it on the second time, I had some black pieces of dust somehow that got underneath here, which also annoyed me. So I peeled it up, and I used a tough piece of like a cardboard paper, and I scraped away at the bottom to get rid of that dust. And it seemed to work out well for me. Again, I've got some more bubbles here, just in different positions, and I'm going to try to work those out as best I can with my finger. And like I said, to be honest with you, these will disappear overnight. They'll just work their way out of here on their own, and it'll look really solid. So initially, you may not like it. It may bother you, and that's only with the screen off. And when you turn it on, let's power this back on, you're really not going to notice it, and it will go away. You know, I've done this on a few tablets and phones, and like I said, 90% of the time, I mean, you're not going to notice it, it's not going to bother you, and it will dissipate. Well, that's it, guys. That's applying this case, the IVSO case, and a premium glass screen protector on a Media Pad, Huawei Media Pad M3. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Mobile Tech Matters. And I'll see you guys at the next one. And remember, your mobile tech matters to me.